another thing too is most of you, or not most of you, but people in general, have difficulties. I want to bring this up. When you are evolving and you have a mate that is not, that can kick butt. But that can really, really kick butt. And the more you go, the further along you go, and they're not coming with you, is the harder and harder that gets. Because they don't, now you're getting a stranger. They don't have a clue what's going on with you. You're getting more weird. And it's like, and it's like they begin to almost like, to some degree, you're disappearing from each other's fields. It looks like you're in the same reality, but you're not. And so that becomes really, really tough. And there is where decisions end up coming up. And because I get all kinds of phone calls, but this lady that called me, she said to me, she says, I finished the book. She says, I loved it, but I got to tell you, it scares me. She says, it scares me because I know what's going to happen, what's coming up. And she was real concerned because of her marriage, because she was going like this, and her husband was not trying to move. Extremely corporate, extremely in the system, and that makes it really, really tough. So what I say is, don't worry about it. It will work itself out. Don't spend time trying to figure out, oh God, are we going to split up? Don't even think about it. Just be here now and grow. And when you are growing, it's going to take care of itself. The energy is going to create shifts, and it's either that person is going to decide to suddenly come along, or they won't. And sometimes they're not supposed to, because they came with a whole different learning, and maybe you just needed to have those children together. Maybe there's a lot of factors involved. I know in my marriage, that's what, we had kids together, and the life that we had together and the experiences that I had with him prepared me for this. It prepared me for this because there were such challenging experiences. And this journey requires strength. It's not a cakewalk. It's not a cakewalk, and it really requires strength. Now, it can be more of a cakewalk if you decide you don't really want to take it all the way. You're okay with what it is, and you're just going to go ahead and be with the program. That's fine, because there's no right or wrong with it. But if you decide you're going to move forward, just know that. And then that's when you trust the process again, because everything is going to work out beautifully. It's all going to work out. It's going to seem like everything is like a volcano sometimes at first. But in the end, the process it's going to be smooth. It's going to be okay. So we got to be able to do that. And not keep holding on too tight to anything. Because there is that point of letting go. And that's where it's tough. On anything. The journey, because there's so many levels to it, and you are learning and you're acquiring on all these different levels, you're always going to come to a place where it's time to let go again, whatever it is. And that's when it's just so hard, because like with me and my condo, because of all that I had gone through over the years, all these different levels of just wonderful moments, chaos, wonderful moments, chaos. And having lost my house and foreclosed and got rid of all my furniture and then finally, because I didn't have furniture for a while because I felt like I didn't know how long I was going to be anywhere. And so finally, I kept saying, okay, I just need to just chill for a minute instead of moving to this next thing. I just needed to just chill for a second. So for, 7 years or whatever the case may be, I was living where I was living for actually about 4 years. And I liked it, and it was comfortable. But then it was time again. But you activate that time. That's what you must realize. Every time you say, I am ready for more. Every time you say that, it's gonna ignite some kind of change in your life. And that's what you must be prepared for. You have no idea what that change is gonna be, but you must trust the process. You must trust the process on it. and your children. You gotta know that they came with a journey as well, and you gotta trust the process of their journey as well. You can't manipulate it, you can't regulate it. You can do what you do in terms of giving to them, teaching, everything that they're gonna need. They already knew you were gonna provide it for them, so they came through you for those provisions. So you have to trust that, and just kind of, when it's time, let go. And that's a very, very tough thing. It's very, very hard as a parent to have to let go, because you always think you know what's best for them, and what you're talking about might not be best for them, because without the experiences, we have nothing, and they can't live your experiences. You might say, well, this is what happened. You can't. No, maybe they need to go through the mire. Maybe they need to go through the mire. So you just got to let go. But I want to say